You're just rubbing it.
Is that part of your thing? Like, what is the point of that?
Welcome back to another edition of the RTF Show. We are live in studio. Ken Hoffmann is here. Hey, Ken.
I didn't hear the music.
You don't. That we're doing. This is a full experience. We got to put it in and post.
Wow, peek behind the curtain. No music.
We don't record it off the phone.
Magic. We
are also joined from the Portland studios, Portland headquarters of the RTFL, by Brother John. Brother John, how's it going?
Yep, Portland headquarters, also an Antifa safe house.
Indeed.
So don't tell anyone. But
well, we're hunkered down here in the bunker in Chicago. Ken freaking out, hearing sounds he's never heard before.
It's an old house. It makes a lot of noise.
Yeah. Immigrants just walking in with no notice. But he's surviving. It's been an interesting week. I feel like some big W's from a few teams. Divisions starting to take a little bit of shape. Fitz gets his first win. I get my first loss. Undefeated, losing to the defeated. Ken getting his season saved by myself with a trade.
No, I saved my season.
No. I saved it by trading Kelsey to you.
It's a stroke of genius by me.
We'll get into it.
We will get into it more later for sure.
Big victory for Ken.
Huge victory.
We can start there.
Victory of the season. Game of the season.
Tell us what went into this victory of yours.
Well, it starts with just some excellent pulling of strings. I needed a tight end because Brock Bowers has no knee and has been a big disappointment. Can't keep trotting out someone named Michael Mayer. I thought I dropped him this week. Apparently, I didn't drop him. I dropped Brock Bowers instead. But thank you, John, for setting a precedent for stupidity. Travis Kelce. Hate this man. Not a big fan, but I just felt it in my bones. He's due for a big game. I had
biggest game in the season from him.
I had a few extra shekels from my Jalen Warren trade, 20 extra auction dollars in my pocket, used for emergencies like last week. Made the trade for Kelce, the move that got me the win. I paid $3 for a win.
It was really that late interception actually that got Ken the win by the Kansas City.
You're saying it's luck? You're saying it wasn't that I traded for Kelce and inserted him in the starting lineup? Yeah, no, the game was lost. I was going to lose by less than 1.5 points.
Yes. Yeah.
I was actually walked out of the room.
Ken had given up.
And then Mariota throws the interception at the end of garbage time. Meant nothing.
Yep.
Gave me the win. Josh said he wasn't watching it, which I'm thankful for because that would have been brutal.
Yeah. I'm sure that it would have been.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Indeed. In this case, certainly. John, what are your feelings on Ken's big victory here?
It was quite disappointing given that I also got just shellacked by Steve Sunday night with his Jordan Love and Tyler Kraft stack, which I felt very confident going into the Sunday night game, and they ended up paying 70, I think, on me, just those two alone. And so that loss combined with Ken's win and Doug's win really had me feeling poorly Monday night and all day Tuesday, really, given where the standings are shaking out now. Does not feel good, but I'm confident. I'm not terrible.
I mean, so the standings don't really shift all that much. I mean, Ken gets a victory up. Doug is now 2 games up on you, and Kramer 1 game up on Ken. I think the bigger story here, and I'm just gonna take it, just right out of the gates, start taking shots at Kelly. But Doug has a terrible week. Basically, Bijan does nothing, and the rest of his team follows suit, with the exception of Joe Flacco. And Kelly, despite 33 points from Saquon, which I think is more points than all the players she's traded for in all the games they've played for her put together. Kelly gets 33 points from Saquon. Still can't eke out the victory over Doug. Falls to 5-3. She's two games back in the division, but I think the bigger issue for Kelly here is that she's only got a 1-game lead on the wild card teams.
Yep.
And is in real danger, I think, of, as we get further into the season. Kelly's schedule is not easy, and actually, I guess there's no way to really look at it easily.
We went through it last week. She plays me this week.
Yeah, we did go through it last week.
Yeah.
You're right. But she plays Josh coming up in week 10. She's got Duncan, so she's got to play that division. I don't know that either of those teams are teams I would expect her team to beat. And then she comes back into the division and plays Steve, a team that I'm just going to say, I have no idea what to make of Steve's season. I don't know if he's in the race. I don't know if he's out of the race. I don't know where he sits.
Well, it's unfortunate. I mean, it's the way the Packers go is the way Steve goes, I think, right now. And I don't love that. I'm not a fan of betting against the Packers. It's unfortunate. But both Kelly and I think Doug, I mean, they had unconvincing games last week. Doug came out the victory. But ultimately, Doug does get the win and puts himself ahead in the division, and is likely to secure at least a playoff spot at this point with only 2 losses. So
Doug's team is not good.
No, it is not. Doug's team, and we can pull it up right here.
He's 7th in total points in the league.
Doug's team is being carried by Bijan, and that's really about it. He has some good pieces around the edges. Adams has had some big games. McBride, although I don't think he's had the season he's had last year, has been very good and has more touchdowns than he had last year. 4 more touchdowns, which is great. But yeah, I mean, when you're starting, you're relying on Kareem Hunt. I think that leaves a lot to be desired for Doug's team.
And he picked right this week. So
what's that?
3-person booth isn't working.
No, we fucked it up for the first time. Nobody talked.
This is dead.
We're waiting on you, John.
I was gonna say he picked up Kareem Hunt this week in order to plug some gaps. And so we'll see. I mean, Pacheco's out, so that could be a short-term solution to pick up some wins. But I don't think he's going to get the running back help that he really needs from Hunt long-term. And from what we've seen, Tony Pollard seems to be on the way out. So I don't know who he turns to down the stretch to play in that running back 2 spot, given who he has on the roster at this point. I can see him making a move, but as we've seen previously, there's not a lot to be desired on the trade block, given the number of teams still in the playoff hunt. So,
agreed.
I don't know.
RB2 is bad. The flex spot is bad. I mean, he's counting on the ghost of Keenan Allen to continue to finish the season the way how hot he started.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum, we had somebody leave the island this week. Not just somebody. We had last year's champion leave the island this past week with a paltry 66 points from Jake. The season from hell for Team Bill continues. 1-7. Loses to Theo's dad, who, continues to rack up wins despite, I think, having a pretty poor team. But, thus is that division. The peanut division is, I think, a pretty sad state of affairs.
It's disaster. Oh, Josh is a bit of like the bad luck team in that division.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's the only good team in there.
Yeah. Yep.
Duncan hasn't been. Am I the first guest on this podcast?
Yeah, guests have been tough this year, specifically because we don't start recording until pretty late, and we haven't done a lot of planning.
What could you possibly have going on in your life?
No, I had a meltdown before I came here over a Batgirl T-shirt that my son wanted to wear to bed.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
so I'm your first guest. Wow.
Yeah.
Need a ratings boost, huh, fellas?
I feel like our ratings are okay, but I mean, 8 episodes in, finally time for a guest.
It's odd. This is a season where you've probably had the least amount of time collectively, yet you continue to do this week over week. I wonder what's changed about this year compared to previous seasons.
I have a better team.
No, you actually have a good team. You usually have a dog shit team every year. I understand why you lose interest. I don't want to have to do this on top of all your responsibilities as a caring for a human being. This is great. It's great for the RTFL. It's a bummer you can't get any guests. I just happen to be here for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so you're living in your dad's basement.
You'll be back on next week. All right, let's move into the meat of the show. John, run through the injuries we saw this week, the last week or so.
Running backs got annihilated in week 8, right? We saw Barkley go down, which, bummer for Kelly. Pacheco go down. Scatabo go down, which is just that was a brutal injury. And he came out today. He had like a bone break as well, not just a dislocation. And then Judkins had a shoulder injury. So, that reignites the Steve-Jake conversation. That trade is looking potentially better for Steve as the season goes on.
And Jake, I assume Jake wasn't making that trade for this season, and I think Judkins has shown he,
Oh no, Peter made the trade. Peter.
Yes. For some reason, I was thinking Jake. Well, Jake's fucked, so it doesn't really.
He had a vested interest for some reason. I don't understand, but
yeah, I mean, even. Well, I don't know, Peter. Yeah.
Peter wanted Judkins. Peter, if he can get his team younger, he likes that. I think he's shown that continuously. He's willing to move off of players, to move to that younger potential every season. So I think it made sense for Peter to get rid of Ridley. I mean, Calvin Ridley has been and is dog shit. So, but some awful injuries. It led to some waiver wire pickups of backups, but mainly Doug nabbed Hunt, who seems to be who the Chiefs are relying on. And then, we didn't see too much else happen on the waiver wire, just some garbage pickups. But
yeah, a lot of stuff around the edges. I don't think anything that we're expecting to move the needle in big ways. Ken picked up a quarterback he didn't want to play. Duncan picked up a tight end. Some tight ends got picked up. A couple wide receivers. That's about it.
I picked up two. I put in waiver claims for a few people.
Mhm.
Didn't realize that Tua got picked up. Forgot that we're on Central Time.
Mhm.
Didn't check who was playing tonight until after the game started, and Tua's on my bench.
Well,
But
I'll believe
again,
for the
better lucky than good. Not having a great game. Am I the team of destiny? Johnny Cakes, what do we think?
TBD.
No. I mean, you might make the championship again, but you will lose like in year one. And then,
We should say we're recording Thursday night. There is a game going on at the moment. Peter up 33, having a big night from Lamar Jackson. A little action from Zay Flowers. Doug up 15 at the moment off of Waddle, and for the most part, Kelly gets 10 points so far out of Henry, but I think she's going to need a lot more than that to win this week. Jacob's injury tag. What's Jacob's injury?
His calf injury, which has been the thing that's been going on for the last few weeks. So he's played through it. He's been on a snap count though. I think the last couple weeks. I did pick up the Ravens, planning to play them, and I pulled a Ken and left them on my bench. And so
That's
now
not a thing. That's not a thing. That could be pulling a Johnny Cakes, I think we call it now.
No. Pulling a Johnny Cakes is excellent. Dropping a player, which you did, which you should be.
Sure as heck did.
You should be renaming your team to Brockwurst Fingers, which I thought was a fucking amazing pun. Come on. There's a Bratwurst and then a Bockwurst, and then I combined it with a Brockwurst.
Wow.
You dropped Brock.
You know it's
Bauer.
a good joke if you have to explain the pun like that.
Okay, well, I shouldn't have to explain to a German heretic.
No, I got it. No, I got it.
Yeah, so why don't you?
It'll be like like teams have alternate jerseys. Maybe in like week 11, I'll have an alternate team name.
No. Fucking own it, man. Own it. You fucking fat fingered it.
All right. Let's move on from the fat fingering.
College.
Whoa.
We're at the halfway point. Typically this is when I'll let John discuss this one.
All right, so the week 8, after the week 8, we give a prize to the best team so far, and we have traditionally given it to the team with the most points for, regardless of wins or losses, and unfortunately, that is aligned this year as far as which team has the most wins and which team has the most points for. And that goes to the one and only Enforcers. So
we're the Decatur Staleys in this league.
Oh,
is that is it alternate week, rivalry week? We have different names.
Well, it's like it's just confusing that your name is Enforcers and Sleeper, but then you have
that is because in another league when we set this up, I didn't realize this. I didn't, you can't change your username, and now I regret it. So not much I can do about it.
The Decatur Staleys are the number 1 team so far in points for. I don't know if it'll end that way, but at the halfway mark,
I think it's got a pretty good shot at ending that way. I've got 100 plus more points than anybody else. We've scored 130 plus points the last 5 weeks. The Decatur Staleys are fucking unstoppable.
How's that feel?
Feels great. This was a long time coming, a plan I put together all of last season, taking a lot of shit from a lot of people. Had patience, and it paid off.
You know what I appreciate about you?
Oh,
you're acting like you've been there before.
Yeah, I have.
You're acting like you had a good team at any point in this league's history.
Well, the first year I had a pretty good team.
Is that COVID year? That doesn't count.
Arguably, that might want to count the most because everyone had the most amount of time to actually dedicate to fantasy football.
There you go.
When random players would miss every week because of COVID, and we had like 7 IR spots for COVID.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I will graciously take your all your money and take the weekly prize. However, I won't actually take it. Well, John, you can put it in the reserve, and we'll do something with it at some
right.
point. Maybe we'll donate it to like Pal Humanity or something. I don't know. We'll see. The next segment, I don't know how to introduce because on the rundown, John just wrote new segment. I don't know what the fuck that means. All right. Well, we just had a long conversation that we're not going to air. And John's a little pissed. I'm confused. Ken finds it hilarious. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
We'll be right back.
Hello. The Rose Tackle Football League show is sponsored by Fitz's Financial Secrets. Here, he will give you the secrets to life and finances. And for every 5 secrets you pay for, you'll get a free ticket to Mike's Oiled Up Wrestling League, where you can watch 2 beefy men get oiled up and wrestle for your pleasure. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy Fitz's Financial Secrets. Get them today.
And we're back.
All right. So we have a new segment. It's called the RTF Show Op-Ed. It's sponsored by Fitz Financial Secrets.
Oh.
The op-ed this week is submitted by our league member, Jacob Ostro, titled The $3 Charity Drive from the Winner's Lounge.
Gotcha.
Now, let me share my screen. I'm happy to show that with you. You can read along with me. As I sit here in the Winner's Lounge, air thick with celebratory cigar smoke, surrounded by the patinaed trophies of Titans, Peter, Josh, John, and Jake, I find myself reflecting on the beauty of tradition. The hardware may be aging, the shine a little dulled, but from up here, the view never changes. We watch the same stories unfold year after year. And this week, the familiar tale comes courtesy of the Decatur Stables. Undefeated no longer, the league's top seed, the architect of perfection, decided to give back. To extend a hand, not to charity, but to Portugal, the Ken. Last year's runner-up, a struggling contender with one of the league's strongest rosters, sitting dead last in his division. The same Portugal, the Ken, that the Staleys themselves crowned a preseason favorite to win it all. And what did generosity look like? Travis Kelce sent packaging for Evan Ingram and $3 of next year's auction cash, the fantasy equivalent of a late round lottery ticket. Now, from the comfort of the Winner's Lounge, we can admire the selflessness. But let's be honest, this wasn't a trade. It was a gift basket. Because had the Staleys simply done nothing, Captain started Kelce, they would have won their matchup. And Portugal, the Ken, would have lost theirs. Instead, the Staleys fell 132 to 142, while Portugal, the Ken, squeaked out a win 136 to 135 on the back of Kelce's 18.9 points, vaulting them into second place in their division and proclaiming, I might be the team of destiny this year.
That's not how I said it.
It is. One move. 2 flipped outcomes, the butterfly effect of generosity. So I sit here among the trophies and the echoes of smarter decisions. I can't help but smile. Because in a league we've declared as competitive, perfection never lasts. And when someone's always willing to engineer their own downfall and strengthen their greatest rival, all for $3. Mike and Brother John, back to you. Jake Ostro from the Winners Lounge, where trophies never forget.
Well, 2 things right off the bat. Feels
Great.
Feels wrong to put your name on something that ChatGPT clearly wrote. And
You're so cynical.
well, that's how ChatGPT comes out. All the bolds, the M dashes,
I try to disguise it by Times New Roman. You don't see that too often.
I don't think so.
When you copy
I know for a fact Jake worked on this for a good amount of time.
Well, yeah, you gotta put the prompts in. You gotta be like, hey, edit this. Yeah, I understand.
Mike, do not belittle it just because you were the
I think it was great. I think it was spot on.
Yeah,
I think it was classy.
I think if we're looking for like classy, spotty, spot on, like lazy op-eds, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, but let's all right, when you talk about op-eds, like, do you agree or disagree with the opinion here?
So the actual, I'm sure Jake spent a long time, and I appreciate him providing content for the league. I only have one point that I would take umbrage with, and that is the idea that had I kept Kelsey and started him, and I'll do a survey of both of you right now, going into last week. If you had Ferguson and Kelsey on your roster, who would you have started?
Turd.
Ferguson, yes.
I would have started Turd for sure.
Of course you would have. He's the tight
game.
end one. Why would I not start him?
There
was no world in which I would have started Travis Kelsey.
Did he get a target last week?
He got 1 target last week.
Yikes. The downfall.
Maybe that's karma, bitch.
I mean, maybe. The other thing I'll say, so
I'm gonna get beat. I'm gonna do this.
You can give me another one too. So the other thing I'll say in terms of that trade, I offered Kelsey around to several people, and this is going to be news to Ken. I'll break some news here. I offered Kelsey around to several people. Nobody bit. I had a reason I needed to move him, and that reason is that
you didn't want to win football games. Am I right, guys?
Hey! Yeah.
And that reason is in week 10, I have both Dak and Mahomes on a bye, and I have both Ferguson and Kelsey on a bye. And that would require me to either drop one of those 2 guys, whoever I'm not going to start, or drop 2 other people on my roster. And there's only one person on my roster at the moment that I was comfortable dropping. So I needed to move one of either Dak or Kelsey, one of the players I was not playing. Kelsey didn't get much action. Everybody in the league had an opportunity to contact me to get Kelsey. Not Jake. I didn't reach out to Jake because his team sucks, and I figured he didn't need Travis Kelsey to lose the rest of the games.
Jake's team does suck this year, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Not very good.
No,
sad. Bad defense of the championship. Embarrassing.
But so that was the reason for the trade. But here's the news I'm gonna break, and this might actually like piss Jake off more, which is why I'm gonna do this. So Ken and I had negotiated, and I had also reached out to Peter Kramer about Travis Kelsey. And when I eventually got back around to talking with Kramer, I'd already gotten to the point with Ken where I was going to do the deal. And I told Kramer the deal. He said no initially. He asked who I was trading with. I told him Ken. Then I went back to Ken and I said, okay, let's do it. And then Peter came in and said, I'll do $5. And I said, no. I said, no, I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna stick with the deal that I've already agreed to with Ken. But the offer was there for $5 and I didn't take it. So next week, Jake, you can include that in your op-ed as well.
Well, Jake is more than welcome to spin another op-ed, but I'm hoping that other people will be encouraged to write an op-ed and submit it for reading on air. And then, of course, we are more than welcome to have other sponsors of other companies, for this segment. If you're uncomfortable doing a commercial, our league's own Billy Mays, Peter Kramer, is more than happy to pitch your product or service on behalf of your company. So, all submissions welcome on both the op-ed and sponsors of this show would be welcome.
Well, that was fun. Do you have any reactions to it that you didn't already?
For me,
yeah.
For me, I think he got the vibe of the Winners Lounge exactly correct. It is just you're sitting in there, cigar smoke just surrounding you. The sort of the slightly dulled gleam of the trophies are there, but there's still a little shine, of course, going on. But it's nice to be in there looking down on all the plebs who have never won. And my seat is just a little bit higher because I have two championships.
So that's the only thing you glean from Jake's. You're like reveling in your past glories.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, besides the fact that yes, you did create a giant butterfly effect in this league.
Well, yeah, certainly.
Hey, Johnny Cakes, did you know that you have the Baltimore Ravens defense on your bench and they have 15 points right now?
Yes, we already talked about this. We did bring this up on the air. All right. That I pulled the can and left them on my bench. Similar how you did that with Tua.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ken, you have any last thoughts on Jake's op-ed?
Classy guy. Spot on. How long were we going to go tonight, you think? My favorite RTFL episode is the one that just stretched like an hour and 25 minutes. Those are my favorite. Are we at that point right now?
No, not yet. Well, we'll be done soon. It's too late. We get started late. All right. Let's move on. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate your contribution. I mean, not really.
Certainly not contributing any wins to the RTFL this year. Am I right, fellas?
You are correct. I mean, he's contributed one win. Contributed a lot of losses to teams, which I appreciate.
A lot of group me text messages.
Yeah.
Can we call Steve right now? See how he's feeling? Should I call him?
Jake is Jake's the content king at the moment. He produces the most amount of conversation in the group me, which I do appreciate.
It's good for the league. You need a guy like that. You need like a happy-go-lucky loser to just kind of add content to the league to keep things churning.
All right. We were going to take a quick look at the divisions. I'm going to pull them up right now. And John posed what I think is a good question in the rundown, which is this week in a battle against who's Josh playing this week?
Peter.
It's a
In
biggie.
a battle against Peter. Is this do or die time for the San Diego Web Surfers? A team that has, I think, over 150 more points than the next closest team in his division, but is down one game in the division standings. We're getting, we're past the midway point. We're getting towards the end of the season now, where the playoffs start to take shape. Is this do or die for Josh? Ken, what do you think?
No. Because the other teams in the division suck. So even if he loses, Duncan's not going to beat me. Team of Destiny, Alex team. Yeah, even if he falls 2 games behind you, these 2 teams, there's still plenty of season left. And he plays them both once again. He's got more total points.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hit the panic button yet. A lot of emotions after that big loss. I think he had the second most points.
You think if he loses
third
this week, he can still make it.
You have to, if you're Josh, you have to hold firm and believe that it'll work out in the end. The numbers will normalize and he'll come out. Worst case scenario, he'll tie for the total. The total points is the tiebreaker, right?
Yeah.
So he'll tie for wins at the end with one of these clowns at the worst case scenario, and he'll make the playoffs.
So I agree. I mean, I agree with you. I think Josh has by far what I think is the best team in that division, and we're seeing of late guys on his team starting to really come on. So Chase finally, although it sounds like Flacco is hurt this week, right?
It's short-lived.
Chase's success might be short-lived. Okay. But Swift, who's also a little banged up, but Swift has started to come on of late. The Bears running game has started to crank up. Javonte has been great all season, really, which I did not see coming, but Josh has just stuck by his guy, right? Stand by your man. Josh, big Javonte Williams fan, always has been.
Josh has to make a move. That's sort of where he's in right now, where he doesn't really have any depth.
Yes.
And he's lacking a stud.
So Josh
Cook's been great. Chase has had a couple of games, but the quarterback play is really holding him back. But
I mean, if I were Josh, I'd be starting. I feel like Dart offers more upside with the rushing
than
potential.
Daniel Jones?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, he is Daniel Jones.
Indiana Jones?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, even so, I feel like
it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like
it doesn't make any sense, but you have to keep starting because he keeps putting up points.
I mean,
the hard part there in your statement there, Ken, is he has to make a move. But if you look at the divisions, right, he's third in his division, right? So if he wants to go lower to find someone who can trade with him, he goes to Fitz. Who on Fitz's team is he gonna get? I don't think there's many people on Fitz's team that would help him. And then if you go into our division, no one in our division is trading at the moment, right? None of us are willing to admit defeat. And then you go into the Sweetness division, and only Jake is in a position to trade as well. And so you have 2 teams right now that are willing to sell, but they're not willing to sell the players that would actually make an impact on a team.
Fitz has CeeDee Lamb. Fitz has CeeDee Lamb. That's the prize end of season move, and it just depends on who's going to pay for him.
He's not going to trade him.
Of course he is.
Why wouldn't
he
you
was
trade
drafted
him?
for like $50 or $60, more than that probably.
I mean, he was drafted for $60.
Fitz isn't keeping him. He's going to trade
Fitz
him.
is
This is
starting
the
to
guy you
keep
go
him.
after. This is
Fitz
the
is
playoff
starting-
push trade.
I mean, you can make the move. You can make the move. You could say $30, $40, and then go for him. But Fitz, to my knowledge, is not willing to trade for him.
I mean,
That's why he's 1-7. If he's not willing to move him, that's why he's 1-7. Was he going to keep him for $75 next year?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. The unfortunate thing is CD has been hurt for most of this year, but when he's been healthy, he's been great. And I think $60, like we see guys go. I don't think it's outrageous to think that Fitz could keep CD at this price tag. However, I would need to actually look at Fitz's contracts, because I don't know that Fitz actually has the room within his I don't know that he has the room within his roster to actually keep him. Fitz kept quite a few players, I believe, this last year. And
He only has Joe Burrow next year, Jameson Williams, and Chase Brown. So
who is it? Jameson.
$71. Or not, let's see. Sorry. He's only got $45 of committed spend for next year.
Oh, so he has room. So he could do it.
And that's as of 2 weeks ago, Fitz said he would not trade CD. Maybe that's changed, but yeah, I think it would take a king's ransom.
I mean, I think there are other
Kelly's got
pieces
far.
around the edges that Josh could go after to help improve his team.
The point stands. There's only 2 teams willing to sell, and I think, if Fitz puts CD on the market, there are a lot of teams that are willing to spend the draft capital to go get CD. So I don't think Josh is a lock to get him. And then he turned to Jake's team, the only other seller. And I just don't know if you're going to get anyone. You could get Drake London potentially, but it's going to cost a lot because he's on he's on a contract, only costing $12 or something, $20 next year. $25 next year.
It's going to cost him more than that. I mean, it costs Jake $25 to keep him.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna spend $30 to get Drake London, and then another $25 on so you're looking at $65 to keep.
I mean, I just don't know if that's worth it.
Yeah, so I don't know who Josh goes out and gets, and also I don't know who we all go out and get. Right? Like, there's a lot of people similar in Josh's position that wants to make a move, and there's still just no one out there yet. So,
well, maybe you should have kept the guys and drafted them like I did.
It feels like we just created the market for CD Lamb. You're welcome, Fitz.
potentially, yeah, or he keeps them.
So is that what you think? I mean, I think Josh's team could use a receiver.
Certainly.
Like
But 6 losses. If he loses this week, I think 6 losses is a tough pill to swallow. As someone who got to 6 losses last year and said, I'm holding on for dear life and not selling, and then ended up missing the playoffs and regretted not selling. I think it's a tough decision for Josh.
I don't think it's do or die. And I mean, it would be helpful for Josh to get a win this week, but I don't think it's do or die at this point. I think Ken probably beats Duncan. I also think Alec is going to lose. I mean, he's playing me, but I think Alec, you don't have to raise your hand. Just fucking wait until I'm done talking.
Well, I'll forget that I have a point to make. If I don't
Okay, well
raise
then
my hand.
keep your hand up.
Okay.
Okay. I think Alec is going to lose to me, and I think that's going to create some space for Josh, who, even if he loses this week, I could see a team with 7 losses making the playoffs, and they're winning the division, and it could be Josh. Yes, Ken.
To make amends for Jake, because I've been giving him the business this episode. Jordan Addison, good depth option.
I mean, does Jake keep Jordan Addison?
No, but that's a trade candidate. Like someone like Josh should go out and get. Addison's been a wide receiver 2 since he's come back from his suspension. He's a depth piece worth going after. Josh's problem is he doesn't have much depth.
I know, but I'm saying is Addison a guy that Jake just holds on to?
No, I don't think so.
No.
He's not worth whatever will be $11, $12 next year for 3 years.
I mean, I think if he keeps up this pace, he goes for more than that.
I don't know. He's got a lot of guys that he's keeping next year. I don't know that Addison will be top of his list. I think you potentially sell a high on him right now. I see a wide receiver 2 going into next year's draft.
I mean, who are the guys that Jake is keeping next year? He's got Achan.
He's probably keeping Bill. He's going to keep London.
Well, he has to keep London. He has to keep Bill, or he doesn't have to keep Bill. He has Achan under contract, right, John?
Yeah, London and Achan for 1 more year.
Okay. So maybe Jake keeps Bill. I don't know. I mean, it's not like this guy's a fucking 7th round draft pick. He's 24. I know, the internet fell in love with him, but it's not like this guy's been setting the world on fire.
Wait, when does the internet ever lie to any of us?
What's that, John?
He's been bad. He's been downright bad.
So I don't know that he's a surefire keeper, and I don't really see much else on Jake's roster. You're just waiting for guys like Ollie Gordon. Actually, it doesn't seem to be doing much tonight. But I think after last week, people were hoping he would become an option down there, but I don't see much.
He probably keeps Godwin over Addison next year. You wouldn't keep London.
Why?
Godwin, Addison.
Why keep Godwin? Like Godwin is constantly hurt.
Yeah, I wouldn't keep any of them. You can get all these guys for under $10 next year.
So then you should probably trade Addison. I feel like you're proving my point.
Yeah, or he keeps Addison for $10.
John, what would you pay for Addison right now? I'll give you a good deal.
Like $5.
Okay, there you go. Starting bid, $5 for Jordan Addison.
I feel like I have a need for him, but
all I'm saying is I think Addison is the most viable player on his roster to sign to a deal. He's talented and he's produced. Like he is producing. He produced a ton at the end of last year. And if the Vikings can figure out their quarterback situation, I think Addison becomes a much more valuable asset than anybody else that Jake has on his team. And so I just don't know if it's worth it for Jake to, maybe hold on to a guy like that. You see what happens the rest of the season instead of trading him for.
The thing is, Jake has enough money. He's got $50 already to go towards the next season, right? Like he has enough money. I don't think he needs more money. I think he would want, if he's going to trade London.
This is America. There's never enough money, John. He needs more money.
Well, I think we've seen it where like people have $270 coming in the draft, and it doesn't equate to
so that's. I mean, Jake. Let's be real, Jake is one of the better GMs in the league. I think he'll figure out a way how to maximize all of the money.
Isn't he 1-7?
Yeah. Oh god, that guy sucks.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure.
I could see him holding on to Addison, but I could also see him selling it. I could also see him looking to give away London, but I think he would want young talent back. So
this is the Jake episode. He's 1-7. He's picking up 25 minutes of airtime. This is
keep bringing him up. You keep bringing him up.
As long as we not keep talking about Kelly's team. You talk about Kelly's team like 20% of every episode this
Yeah,
year.
because
Well, Kelly's got an interesting team.
scared shitless. Mike is so scared. He needs to talk her down because he's nervous that she's going to come in and just take his spot.
I can't tell if you're being serious right now. I don't think I've ever shown any Kelly. I've said several times, Kelly's team is bad. Like, she's got 3 good running backs, and none of them are playing well. And she's got a bad team. So I don't know what else to say.
This is more spice than I'm used to in the RTFL.
I'm
Show.
I'm going after it. I took some shots in the chat this week, so I'm going to go after it. I'm not afraid of Kelly's team. Kelly can bring it, and we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Look, you're a little scared over there. You a little shake in your voice.
A little defensive.
Yeah.
What?
Interesting.
Okay. All right. Okay. You're right. I'm terrified of a team that's starting Xavier Worthy and Khalil Shakir. I'm terrified of that team.
All right. So in summary, we've figured out nothing. We've learned nothing.
We never do. It's not like we're adding anything to the discourse here.
I think this is the best episode of the year.
I think it might be one of the worst. But
definitely the most unpredictable.
That's for sure.
That's fair.
We're gonna cut all this in post. The episode is just gonna be about 2 minutes of Ken petting my parents' cat, and that's about it.
No, what about Fitz's financial secrets?
Well, yeah, we'll play the commercials because we want to get paid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Are we done recording yet?
No, should we end it?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Where do the weekly? Are we paying out things weekly still that no one knows about? Have we talked about this yet?
Yeah, I give a weekly prize update every week.
God. Why don't we know about it before the week happens, though?
Well, it's the same as last year, so the only
just another year. Know the fuck's going on.
They're trying to drive viewership, Ken. Come to the pod to find out the island and.
I thought the point of the prizes were like giving like an extra incentive during the week, something to like look forward to. You just saying us post, like it doesn't even make any. Like, there's no point to it. We don't know what's happening.
Why is
until
there
after the fact.
The point to it is the money, I thought.
Oh man, just give me the money. I know what to do.
Well, you haven't earned the money yet.
Couple second place finishes.
All right,
Put food on the table.
Week 9, there's no prize. Week 10 will be a league pick'em. Okay, league pick.
You know how I feel about league pick'em.
Well, we didn't ask you,
right.
but we do know how you feel.
And I don't
which
know how you
is
feel about
honestly
it.
true for most of the opinions I know about yours. About you, I usually don't ask you for your opinion, but end up knowing how you feel anyway.
Great to see you both.
Yeah, this has been fun. All right, for Brother John, for Kenneth Hoffmann, our esteemed guest, Kenneth Marie Hoffmann, our esteemed guest.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. This has been the RTF Show. Welcome back. That was interesting.
Yep. I thought it was great. It's going to be wonderful.